The Forbes 400 is out, ranking the wealthiest people in America. It is a record breaker. The total net worth of this entire list tops $2.9 trillion. Coming in at number 5, we begin. Oracle co-founder and chairman Larry Ellison. At number 4, Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg, ranking 4th. Coming in 3rd place, the Oracle of Omaha, Berkshire's Warren Buffett. Microsoft founder Bill Gates is at number 2 after 24 years at number 1. And coming in at number 1, drum roll, please. Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos is number 1. Joining us now in a Fox Business exclusive is Forbes Media Assistant Managing Editor of Wealth, Luisa Kroll. Great to see you.
Thanks for having me,
Thanks so much
Maria.
for joining us. Characterize the list for us.
Well, it's the relentlessly rich. No matter what happens, it seems like they continue to make incredible gains.
Jeff Bezos, blows everybody away.
I mean, he is the story of the year. He's the first person with a fortune of over $100 billion to be in the ranks. He's now at $160 billion. I was doing math last night. That's about $215 million a day, if you calculate it. So he's left everybody in the dust.
But the fascinating aspect is Bill Gates would be at $100 billion and even over it if he hasn't given so much money away.
Yes, he's given away $35 billion, which is a huge number. But even still, we always talked about how if you added that in, he'd be so much higher than everyone else. But now Bezos is still $30 billion more, even if Gates
He even had the biggest dollar figure gain.
Biggest dollar figure gain. His dollar figure gain is more than 397 people on the list. Only Buffett and Gates are worth more than his gain.
Jeff Bezos said this, though, at the D.C. Economic Club. He's like, yeah, I'm rich, but I only own 16% of the company. Think about all the riches I made for everybody else. There's the other 84% that I've helped create so much wealth and value for.
No, shareholders.
Yes,
that's what he said, yeah.
Now it's made him a target. The Bezos Act, Bernie Sanders launched that.
That did make him a target.
Yeah, it does make you a target. But what about women? I know there were more women that made the list this year, 57 versus 50 last year.
It actually always depresses me because it is more than it was last year. It's not a record high, and it continues to be a tiny, tiny amount. And only 11 of those 57 women actually made the fortunes themselves, whereas about 2/3 of the list is self-made. So it's just we track the women billionaires who are still up and coming. They're about 30 or so total, and we watch them all the time, and we're hoping for some better news, but we still have a long ways to go.
Another kind of interesting finding, we've obviously seen a lot of stories the last couple of years suggesting that the president is using political office to enrich himself.
Yes.
That's not what you're seeing in the numbers.
No, not at all. There are a couple of assets that have benefited from that, such as Mar-a-Lago and the D.C. hotel. But most of the businesses, people are really distancing themselves. People don't want to buy condos in a Trump building. It's too polarizing. It's become too polarizing for people to be backing his business.
That's interesting. So it actually hurt his business.
Yes.
Yeah.
Overall.
What overall drove the net worth to new highs this year?
The stock market.
The stock market.
The stock market. I mean, you see it continuing to rise, and a lot of these people have their money in particular stocks, so you see some mixes. I mean, Mark Zuckerberg is down. He's off $10 billion. But as a group, these people keep marching up. And if the market continues to do this well, we'll continue to see huge numbers.
Yeah, it's a good point that you make on Donald Trump, because you don't really hear that very much anywhere. Yeah,
it brings a lot of negative attention when you're in politics, and obviously he brings as much as any politician.
Right.
So it's not necessarily good for business.
And it adds on top of the New York Times article. He's worth $3 billion. That's more.
$3.1 billion.
Yeah, that's more than 3 times apparently what he was left, according to this New York Times article.
Exactly. So, the article was the most interesting thing to me in that article was how much he'd gotten when he was such a little kid. I mean, we knew he'd always gotten a lot of the starter funds from his father, and
he's still built on that. That's my point.
He's built on that, most definitely.
Luisa, thank you.
Thank you so much.